Monday, July 20th, 2026, week in review. I'm in San Jose. I'm currently in my room. Right over there is the venue, and then right over there is the convention center where the age group starts tomorrow, Tuesday through Thursday, age group competition. Actually, not age group, masters competition, Tuesday through Thursday. The teenagers are on the weekend. And then this weekend, I'm sorry, tomorrow that competition kicks off with an event at Arena Green, which is across the street. It's across Barack Obama at the venue. So they're going to actually have an outdoor event right across the street from SAP Center. Big weekend, obviously preparing, testing Saturday, all day Saturday and Sunday at the ranch, working with the demo team and all the judges, all the head judges and BOS, and just refining and putting everything together and getting the last minute, testing and reps and weights and just getting everything to a place where it's ready to go and be conducted at the games in a few days. Wednesday's the event, which is in the past few years, it's been a number of years since we've done a Wednesday start, so that's new. It just means, obviously we have to be ready and have everything buttoned up sooner than if we started on Friday, which we did a couple years ago, or actually last year. Last year we started on Friday. So imagine Monday, we'd have 4 days before Friday start. Now it's Monday, we have 2 days before the Wednesday start. So everything's coming together. Venue looks great. Weather's really nice, so it's gonna be a great weekend. Let's jump into comments because I don't have much time. I have to head out soon. At Vadim G Ski. Hey Dave, I know you've already made a decision regarding John Young and Barbell Spin, podcasting from a suite during the games, and I respect that. I'm just asking if you'd be willing to reconsider. John has become one of the few independent voices that consistently covers CrossFit in a professional way. His coverage keeps fans engaged during and after the games and ultimately shines a bigger spotlight on the athletes and the sports. I know the final decision is yours, but I hope you can give it one more look. Thanks for taking the time to read this. I'm writing as a huge fan who cares deeply about the sport. I know you've already made a decision regarding John Young and Barbell Spin podcasting from a suite during the games, and I respect that. I'm just asking you to reconsider. So here is the decision that was made. The decision that was made was Barbell Spin can stream and do his podcast from the suite. John Young could not be involved in that. And the thing is, we gave Barbell Spin the option and ability to do his podcast from the suite, which I want you all to understand is not a given. What I mean by that is even getting that offer or having the ability to do that is an incredible privilege and option that nobody else gets. There's no one else who has access to a suite. You could buy all the suites you want, and guess what? You wouldn't be able to do a podcast from there. Media rights and all of that is really protected in a venue like this or at an event like this. So he had the option to do it. He has John Young, his partner, who even a few days ago was continuing to disparage me. And there's some just standard rules of engagement and, let's say, expectations from those giving privilege on how to conduct yourself that I don't believe John would have adhered to. And so I didn't want to worry about, or I didn't want to deal with, well, we're down on the floor, up in the top, in a podcast, in a suite that we've basically facilitated access to have a podcast from above. They're raining rocks on me, essentially, or the games, or us. And from a few days ago, he proved he just couldn't play the game long enough or through this recent period for us to give him that access. So not changing my mind, and I do want you to understand, Barbell Spin could have done it, but because John wasn't allowed, chose not to. And then this follow-up comment, not from him, someone else, at Raism M2P. Hey Dave, why did you kick Barbell Spin and his family out of the games? Don't you believe in free speech? Isn't that what you fought for? So I didn't kick him or his family out of the games. We gave him an option. We said, hey, you could continue to do your podcast, but you just can't have John involved. So this notion or this narrative or this idea that he was kicked out is completely false. We gave him two options. We gave him an option. You can do the podcast or you can get a refund. He chose to get a refund, which is fine. I respect that, and good on him. He's staying loyal. Good on him. But don't think for a fucking second that we kicked him out or we kicked his family out of the games. They all could have came. They could have been here. They just couldn't have John on the podcast. At Dave Castro's Cougar, what time is Dallin Pepper's check-in? Yeah, someone started up a Dave Castro's Cougar. It's kind of a funny account. Instagram account. At Avera9636, Dave, I paid to do the Open, to do quarterfinals, and to do semifinals. I paid for judges' course. I paid for T-shirts. Do you really expect me to pay to view the games online via Flow Elite? No way in hell. No, I don't expect you to. If you don't want to pay for their subscription, you don't have to. And you can watch 75% of the games online. That being said, it's funny because I just bought a subscription unrelated to the games. I bought a Flow Elite subscription on Saturday so I could watch the world record mile, or watch this, what's the guy's name? I forgot his name. But watch this athlete take down the mile. And it was really cool. It was great. It was great coverage. It was a great stream. Everything worked well. And I'll stay on it now, especially because we're working with them, obviously. And I think, so there you had someone running the mile in the Diamond League competition, and this individual had months ago said, hey, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, hold on. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this at this event, and I'm going to train to break the world record. And he broke it by like 2 or 3 seconds, I think. But anyways, that was on Flow Elite, and that was behind a paywall, and I willingly paid because I wanted to see that content, and I wanted to see that athlete. And so I think I'm excited about working with Flow Elite. I'm excited about some of the coverage they're already putting out, some of the things even some of their promotion of the games. I think they're going to do a great job working with us on this. And yes, so this year, 25% of it is behind, and then 48 hours later, it will be free to see. So if you want to wait, you can wait. But I think it's a good thing for the sport. They're also pouring in some additional prize money for the athletes. So give it a chance, but if you don't want to watch, I don't expect you to. At Hayden Goodall, good day, Dave. Quick question. What year would you say was the toughest year for the on-site demo team? Can't wait to watch this year's games, and congrats on the milestone. This year has been pretty tough on them already. I don't know. There's been some tough years, but this year's pretty good already. At Crushing Skulls 44, the weighted vest events are cool, but team with an organization like Global, dress the athletes in full fighting gear and air bottles and have them climb 30 to 40 flights of stairs in a tower the next time you're in a big city like Albany, Corning Tower last year. Humbling experience. Yeah, I mean, I've never done that, dressed in full firefighter kit and had them, or done anything like that, but I imagine it's very humbling. Hold on. Everyone's trying to call me this morning. At Corbano Media, Dave, do you use nicotine, for instance, Zyn? No. At KNJGWB, any idea for one of the future games, 2 to 3 events at each location that have hosted the games over the course of a week with a rest day for the athletes while traveling? That's a good idea. Logistically, probably very challenging. At Derek1125, just a quick thought. Event 1, 1,000 meter row, then 5 rounds, 25 pull-ups, 7 push-jerks. You should have them kip the pull-ups instead of butterfly them. Be a good twist. That's a good idea. At CrossFit On, what muscle does that backward flip to support work out? Or is it all skill work and just a stability gymnastics movement? Does getting dizzy limit that movement? So getting dizzy did not limit that movement in testing. So in terms of how we're going to apply it into the test. But the rest of that, I'm going to move on. At Michael Wright, 9101, we have any of your 20th T-shirts available at the games. Also, I ordered one of the flags in hopes of getting all the athletes on it, but it won't be complete with yours. I know you'll be crazy busy, but what are the chances you'll be able to get your autograph if I catch you in the wild? Really good. If you catch me, just mention this, or even don't mention this, and I'll sign it. All right, well, thanks for watching the Weekend Review. I will see you in a few days at the games. And there's going to be continuing coverage from all of us coming out. So it's going to be a great games. Thanks for watching.